Hey everybody, Zell here, bringing you another update video. It's been a while since I last uploaded. A lot has happened since the last time I've really done anything. Although I will admit, last night I did stream for a couple hours, 2-3 hours, something like that. I was playing Kingdom Hearts, the new Kingdom Hearts game, the Melody of Heart. I forget the name of it, but it's just a rhythm game. It's pretty fun. But anywho, back on topic. Before that, I haven't really done anything with social media. I think I gave a Twitter update on months ago, and haven't really done anything with it since. Yeah, I haven't done anything with this channel. I did make a second YouTube channel. I just didn't announce it on this channel because, well, let's take a step back here. Where I've been, what I've been doing, what's been going on, things of that nature. Starting from the last time I would upload on the channel, I was starting to spend more time with my friends that I talked to on Discord, and it was, I really enjoyed hanging out with them. It was kind of hard to balance the times that I spent with them and to do an upload or even record a video for that matter. And I didn't want to just say, oh hey, let's record this game. Just do that all the time. I've done that before on one of my previous channels, and yeah, I just didn't. It just doesn't. Well, before I didn't think much of it, but now I just didn't. Well, then, and even now, I don't feel right just doing that. I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't have cared anyways, but I digress. Anywho, sometime after that, I found another person in my life that I was in a relationship with, and I was still speaking with my friends, but it just came to a point where I had to make a little sacrifice, and that was to give up the channel, because it was very hard to balance spending time with friends, work, 12-hour swing shifts, and a girlfriend at the same time, all at the same time. In fact, it even came to a point where I was spending less time with my friends and more time with my girlfriend to make something of it, And I still spent time with my friends, but just nowhere near as much. And unfortunately, that relationship did not work out. But at the same time, I'm thankful because it was a relationship where I felt like I was mentally abused. And after that, I just spent time with friends. I didn't have it in me to continue creating content for people anymore. And not to mention that going through what I did. I know this is a fairly personal video, and I've been meaning to make this video for months now, but I just never got the urge to talk about it until now. Well, actually, I was going to do it last night, but I wanted to wait until this morning, the next day in the morning, where I collected my thoughts and had better lighting to talk about it. So after breakup, I spent time with friends. eventually I was making content again, but that was on a second channel. And that second channel, all I intended for it was just for videos my friends and I can look back on. You know, it's memories of our shenanigans because we did some crazy stuff. It was pretty funny. Um, I went a little too far. I apologize. This happened not long after the breakup. Actually, the first of this year, to be perfectly honest with you. And this is this refers to my Twitter update from many months ago. I was sitting down for dinner before going into work, and long story short, I was showing signs of a stroke, and I I'm sorry. I eventually, my family called called 911, and I was transported to the hospital. They did a CAT scan, and as well as a COVID test and other things, other tests. That was one of the worst experiences I ever been through. Not even so much because of that, but because of the people that I dealt with. Some of them acting like I was faking it. Some of them treating me like I was some kind of drug head. Like, sure, I would. I mean, to be fair, I was acting like my brain was active. My body can respond to what people were saying, but it's just I could barely talk and barely move. I had to get two people to help me down the stairs just to get onto the ambulance bed so they can put me in the ambulance, you know? And yeah, they went down the street a little bit, and the guy, one of the EMT guys, he stopped the van, got in the back. He said, "Are you sure there's something wrong with you? Are you absolutely sure?" You know, just things like that. And eventually they got me to the hospital. And most of the people that I dealt with, they were fairly nice. There was one guy in particular, after I was there after most of the tests, he came up to me and he sincerely thought that I was on drugs. And I told him the only drugs that I take is just there's some stuff for inflammation that I take once every 12 hours. That's it. I've never done drugs in my life. I've never smoked. I've never even drank alcohol. That tells y'all anything. So as far as I was concerned, well, in that regard, I was perfectly healthy. But he didn't believe me, and he still was insisting that I was on drugs, and he's saying that I can be honest with him. He's not going to call the cops on me. This is just between me and him, and just things like that. Eventually, he went away, and I was starting to feel better, slightly, but I was very thankful for my mother to show up there. She followed the ambulance. It was very nice, very comforting. that she was there for me. Well, my whole family was there for me, but you know what I mean. It's just nice to have somebody up there, you know, besides myself. And again, long story short, they didn't find anything, any drugs in me, of course, as I don't do drugs. And the guy never did. The guy who came to me with the test results, he did not apologize, but he changed his tone so much. He almost sounded like a completely different person after he read my test results to me. Like an apologetic tone, but never an apology. I guess he felt kind of bad for what he did, which he should. But and just judging somebody like that, but hopefully he's learned not to judge a book by its cover by now, because no doctors should ever do that. Nobody in general should do that, let alone a doctor treating their patient that way. But anywho, after a couple weeks, no COVID, according to that test anyway. I didn't have COVID. Weeks went by. Well, I should say months went by, and I'm gonna find out I have vertigo. Just a lot of dizziness here and there. They came in. Sometimes they came in short spells. Sometimes they came in long spells. When I say spells, I mean it happened a lot, or it happened not so much, but it happened for a long time. When I say a long time, I mean there were times where I felt it for 30 seconds. Which, I mean, that doesn't seem like a long time, but that dizzy feeling for 30 seconds straight, it was awful, and having to deal with that multiple times a day, it was rough. But thankfully, everything did get better over time. During all this time, though, I had the support of my friends as well. I let them know everything that was going on, and I still played games with them from time to time. The only time I ever played games at that point was just with them. I don't think I ever played a game for myself. Actually, no, I take that back. There were 2 times where I did, yeah, but not for very long. I ended up playing those games with my friends. Then some drama happened. I guess whenever you spend too much time with your friends, things are bound to happen. And I ended up cutting off a relationship with those 2 friends. And because I cut off a relationship with them, basically their friends, well, my friends were their friends. I use friends loosely because see, when I think of a friend, I think of somebody like, oh hey man, I got you back. I'm here for you, and this and that, and like they are your something real, I guess, to put it lightly. Now, someone who's not a friend, that is more of an acquaintance that I play games with, that I do enjoy talking to, but I don't know very well. I call that, at least in my book, most people would just call it an acquaintance. I call it a buddy. Just a nice buddy to play a game or 2 here and there, things like that. And I'm sure that if I talked to them about personal issues, they wouldn't mind that too much, but I just didn't feel quite comfortable enough to really talk about personal issues with them. So all we did was game for the most part. But anyways, almost all of my buddies were their friends, and because I cut ties from those two, that was a way of saying, um, well, that's of saying, sorry, um, that was just a way of, I don't even know why I keep saying way. I'm sorry, this is hard to put into words. But I guess to put it bluntly, I ended up having to cut ties with them because they were their friends, and because they're friends with them, they support them more than me. That's all we did was game, and they actually knew each other personally. So yeah, I only had two people in my life, two friends in my life that I really gained with at that point. One of which was their friend. I never really knew his opinion of the situation, nor did I ask because it's not my business. But he still decided to keep around. Well, one thing led to another. I'm not going to go into details. I'm not going to pull the name game. But, name game, what am I talking about? Blame game. I'm not saying any names either. I mean, not that y'all would go out of the way to find them anyway. Not that y'all could ever find them. But, yeah, basically we ended up cutting ties with each other. For the most part, with everything that happened, there was blame on both sides. I'll admit my faults to part of the situation, and it's their fault as well as to what happened between us. And neither one of us are perfect. But so basically I only had one person left, and yeah, I'm glad that he did stick around, because I was about to lose it, honestly, with everything that's happened. And the thing that happened between me and that other guy, or other person, it happened not too long after cutting ties with the other two. So that may have had something to do with what happened between us. But anyways, it was not too long after that my vertigo finally started going away, enough to the point where I didn't have to take any medicine for it. I can drive for periods of time. Yeah, everything just seemed like it was going well, and I could go back to work. Yeah, I should have mentioned this. I've been out of work I was out of work at the time, starting the first of the year till June 2nd, June 3rd, so almost, well, yeah, right at, well, no, not quite 6 months, but a little over 5 months. We'll just say that. Everything was going fine, but since it was summertime and I do work in the heat, I did overheat a couple times, and it took some getting used to. But everything seemed to be going all right until a few weeks ago. My vertigo came back, and now I'm back out of work. Also, my shoulder was injured as well. Not something like super serious. If I did something about it, but well, after a month I did something about it, because I injured it before I came back to work, and it wasn't really bothering me too much while I was working, but it was still kind of aggravating. And anyways, I'm getting off topic again. Sorry. I don't have a script for this or anything. This is I'm trying not to edit too much. I'm trying to speak my mind, but it's hard. This is a hard subject, or hard subjects for me to talk about to a camera and to anybody that's listening, you know. But yeah, my vertigo did come back, and I was out of work again, and I'm now having to go through physical therapy for my dizziness and my shoulder. A long story short, come to find out it was some cartilage damage, like torn cartilage, and that's having to heal up, and I'm having to do exercises to you know, get it back in shape and get it healing, hopefully, you know, things like that. So hopefully it'll heal without having to undergo surgery, you know. And I will say though that I was able to get in contact with one of those people that that I was cut off from. Well, we cut each other off, and it was nice getting some sort of closure from them. One of the other one, one of them, I don't expect to hear from them ever again with everything that happened, and the last one I pretty much want nothing to do with after what happened. And I'm not going to point fingers, I'm not playing the name game. It's just I don't feel comfortable enough to form some sort of friendship with them ever again. Again, this is just my brain thinking and how I feel. I'm trying to make this into some sort of well, this is a personal video, and yeah, sorry, anywho, that's pretty much everything that's happened up to this point. Last night I decided to live stream, and I've been wanting to make videos for quite some time, but I just haven't really had the urge to. I guess what I needed was to do this to finally get that confidence back, and we'll get some sort of confidence back and letting this off my chest so I can resume making content for all of y'all and people in the future, hopefully, unless I get bored again and just I am terrible with communication whenever it comes to this. I should get on my Twitter more often and make like update people, but I don't. But it is what it is, though. I mean, there's not much I can really do about it other than do better if I choose to. It just depends on my mood, I guess. Like if I'm feeling, I don't know, terrible, or I don't want to get all my personal info out in the world, you know. But anyways, that's pretty much the update. I do want to continue making something. I don't know what I'm going to start with. I've been in an RPG mood for a while, hence the name is LPG. So what I might do is start with an old, I say classic game. It's a classic style, but it's not a like super classic game, but it's similar to I guess the best way to put it is very similar to Final Fantasy 1 with the whole job system and things like that. As for the gameplay, it's a lot different, and I really enjoy the game. I want to make some sort of walkthrough on it. At the same time, I don't want to just make like walkthroughs for every game. I want some shenanigans, you know, because I enjoy making some sort of shenanigans for y'all. I like to laugh, and I like making people laugh, you know. But anywho, enough rambling. I've gone on for almost 26 minutes at this point. So, yep, expect videos in the near future. I don't have an upload schedule still, but I'm gonna attempt to post at least 2 to 3 videos a week. If I can do it every day, I would, but I don't expect myself to. But yeah, anyways, thank y'all for taking the time to listen. Good to be back again. Oh yeah, and if y'all noticed, I don't know if I explained this earlier, this is actually take 3 of this update video as of today. I deleted my videos that I posted after my last update video, where I was gone for quite some time again, because they were just unfinished projects, and I honestly don't intend to finish them, so why keep them up there if I'm not going to finish them, you know? So yeah, I might try to do them in the future. With Dead Space, I most likely will, but I might wait until the remake. Who knows? I might do all 3 games before the remake comes out. Who knows? Yeah, we'll figure it out. You can always leave video suggestions in the comments. I'm always open to feedback, or if you want to go to my Twitter, that'll be in the description of the video. And just suggest something. But anywho, thank you all again for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video. Y'all take care now.